Daddy, take a bow. I'd rather you had it than anyone else I know.
Even after the cameras stopped rolling, Shirley Temple's life continued unabated. Temple was more than just a lovely face with famous hair and dimples. She was a strong woman who put an end to Hollywood's cautionary tales about child stars.
Such a dear little child. It would be a pleasure to have her with us.
Her ability to tackle difficult public service obligations after she gained fame revealed that her intelligence stretched far beyond the sphere of entertainment. Here's a quick look through Shirley Temples' life, career, and challenges she faced. Early years. Shirley Jane Temple's rise to prominence began in Santa Monica, California, where she was born into a family of Dutch, English, and German heritage. She was reared with her two brothers, John and George Jr., in a loving home led by her parents, Gertrude and George. The family eventually moved to Brentwood, Los Angeles, where Shirley's mother recognized her daughter's natural potential and pushed her to pursue singing, dancing, and acting. Shirley had a natural charm and charisma from a young age that would eventually attract audiences all around the world. Her unique ringlet hairstyle became her defining look, adding to her unmistakable allure. Shirley got the attention of Charles Lamont, a casting director for educational pictures, while taking a routine dancing class. Lamont was impressed by her talent and charisma and invited her to an audition, which led to her signing a contract with the studio at the age of 3. Shirley's first step into the entertainment industry saw her star in a series of short films titled Baby Burlesques. These comic vignettes, which parodied prominent films and events of the day, starred preschool children in diverse roles. Despite her early age, Shirley rapidly established herself as the series' main actress, captivating audiences with her charming sweetness and incisive wit. As her career progressed, Shirley received roles in feature films, including Glad Rags to Riches, a Mae West comedy in which she played a bar singer at the age of 3. She also appeared in Kid in Africa and Runt Page, which demonstrated her range and humorous timing. Despite the difficulties of memorizing lines phonetically at such a young age, Shirley's skill shone through, gaining her great praise and admiration. Shirley rose to notoriety quickly, thanks in part to her great talent and appealing personality. Her performances charmed audiences of all ages, making her a popular figure in Hollywood and elsewhere. Problems she faced in her career. Jay Gorney, a lyricist at Fox Film Corporation, saw Shirley Temple dancing in the theater foyer after seeing her in one of her Frolics of Youth films. Gorney, excited by what he witnessed, arranged for Shirley to appear in the film Stand Up and Cheer in 1934. Her tryout on December 7, 1932 landed her the job, and Fox guaranteed her a $150 per week contract for 2 weeks. Shirley's charisma and intellect shined through in this performance, which transformed her life. Fox officials were so smitten with her that they summoned her to corporate headquarters right after she wowed audiences with the song and dance performance Baby Take a Bow, which she performed alongside James Dunn. Shirley's parents noticed she wasn't getting adequately compensated following the success of her first 3 films. Furthermore, her image was used on a range of products without her permission or any compensation. Shirley's parents recruited attorney Lloyd Wright to handle her image and negotiate with Fox. On July 18, 1934, her contractual pay jumped to $1,000 per week, while her mother's compensation increased to $200 per week, with a $15,000 bonus for each completed picture. To stop the unauthorized use of her image, cease and desist letters were sent out, and permitted business licenses were granted. Bright Eyes, which was modified to Shirley's acting style, premiered in 1934 and contained the iconic song On the Good Ship Lollipop. Shirley won a tiny juvenile Oscar for her portrayal in 1935. By the end of 1935, her weekly compensation had grown to $3,000. Heidi, a 1937 film, included a dream scenario that was added halfway through filming. Shirley apparently championed the sequence, although she fiercely rejected it in her memoirs, underlining that her contract gave her little creative authority over her films. Salvador Dali painted Shirley in Shirley Temple, the youngest, most sacred monster of the cinema in her time, and she co-starred with Donald Duck in The Autograph Hound in 1939. In 1940, after leaving 20th Century Fox, she joined MGM. However, her conversation with MGM executive Arthur Freed turned unpleasant when he revealed himself. Due to this incident, their contract was terminated before any films were produced. Better than Mickey Mouse. Shirley Temple's influence on popular culture extended beyond the silver screen, solidifying her legacy as a true fashion icon and retail success. Shirley rose to unprecedented levels of prominence, becoming one of the most sought-after celebrity endorsers of her era, second only to the renowned Mickey Mouse himself. Her influence stretched far beyond the entertainment industry, leaving an everlasting mark on children's fashion and consumer goods. Shirley's unique toddler look, designed for girls aged 2 to 12, transformed children's clothes, establishing trends that would last for decades. Shirley's style, from her characteristic curls to her classic gowns, came to represent youthful innocence and energy, influencing generations of young fashionistas. Shirley's economic success was largely due to the Shirley Temple dolls created by the Ideal Novelty and Toy Company. These legendary dolls won the hearts of youngsters across the country, accounting for more than 1/3 of total doll sales at the time. With their lifelike features and superb details, the Shirley Temple dolls were beloved companions for countless children. Shirley's resemblance was not limited to dolls. A plethora of girls' apparel and accessories decorated with her picture flew off the shelves, propelling her to the forefront of consumer goods trends. Shirley-inspired products, ranging from outfits to hair accessories, quickly became must-haves for young girls looking to copy their idols. Shirley's commercial success, however, did not come without hurdles. The widespread availability of counterfeit products bearing her appearance constituted a serious threat to her brand. From unlicensed toys to counterfeit garments and even cigars with her likeness on the label, these illegal goods saturated the market, relying on Shirley's celebrity for profit. Despite rampant infringement of her intellectual property rights, Shirley elected not to take legal action against every counterfeit product. In her memoirs, she openly admitted that such attempts made no economic sense, preferring to concentrate her energy on more profitable ventures. Nonetheless, Shirley took legal action in several circumstances, most notably against the Lenora Doll Company in a landmark lawsuit. The company had been producing and marketing unlicensed Shirley Temple dolls, leading Ideal Toy Company to step in on Shirley's behalf. The court struggle demonstrated Shirley's dedication to safeguarding her brand and celebrity position and served as a warning to other infringers. Insane allegations. Shirley Temple's meteoric ascent to fame was accompanied by a torrent of misinformation and false narratives spread by the media, particularly the Fox News department. Despite her apparent brilliance and charm, Shirley became the subject of several tales and rumors that threatened to overshadow her accomplishments. One popular myth depicted Shirley as a natural prodigy, downplaying her acting and dancing background. Contrary to popular assumption, she received no formal training in any discipline prior to her sudden ascent to stardom. According to reports, she spent only 2 weeks at the Elisa Ryan School of Dancing, demonstrating her alleged ability in stylized buck and wing dancing, adding to the myth of her innate talent.
I'm presenting you right now. Daddy, take a bow.
Perhaps the most strange and persistent myth about Shirley was that she was a 30-year-old midget masquerading as a child. This bizarre charge, spurred in part by her stocky build, gained hold in Europe, causing the Vatican to send Father Silvio Massante to look into the situation. Despite evidence to the contrary, such as Shirley's frequent tooth loss, which was a natural occurrence during childhood, the story continued, casting doubt on her innocence and authenticity. Adding to the confusion was the idea that Shirley never lost teeth, causing others to believe she had already gotten her adult set. Shirley was actually losing her main teeth throughout her time at Fox, which is a natural occurrence. During public appearances, such as the sidewalk ceremony in front of Grauman's Theater, she would take off her shoes and place her bare feet on the concrete to deflect attention away from her face. Meanwhile, on screen, she used dental plates and caps to cover the holes caused by her missing teeth. Another crazy story said that Shirley's teeth were purposefully filed down to give the appearance of baby teeth, which was both ridiculous and false. These baseless rumors not only put Shirley under undue stress and scrutiny, but also diminished her remarkable talent and accomplishments. Despite the flood of false rumors and falsehoods, Shirley stayed steadfast, captivating audiences with her lovable performances.
I am writing Miss Minchin to give you a birthday party such as I should give you if I were there.
Bad hair day. Shirley Temple's famed curls were the subject of one recurring myth, with whispers suggesting she wore a wig. This tale became so popular that followers would dare to tug her hair on numerous occasions to test its authenticity. When Shirley pondered on these events later in life, she expressed a wistful longing that her only concern had been wearing a wig. The reality, however, was much from clear. Shirley's nightly routine of curling her hair has become time-consuming and exhausting. Contrary to popular perception, her curls were professionally groomed every night. This meant performing a variety of tasks, including weekly vinegar rinses that irritated her eyes. Her unique curls demanded more attention than anyone could have predicted,
I'd rather you had it than anyone else I know.
transforming a seemingly simple haircut into a nightly ritual. Another rumor circulated concerning Shirley Temple's hair color. According to whispers, her golden hair was not natural, as is commonly assumed. The speculations peaked during the filming of Rebecca of Sunnybrook Farm, when it was revealed that she would appear in extended scenes without her signature curls. Shirley caught a cold during filming, forcing her to miss a few days, adding to the speculation. As a result, a false story circulated in the United Kingdom claiming that all of her hair had been shaved off. The questions about the validity of her hair color sparked debate over her appearance, while also adding stress to her life. Shirley had to deal with not just the demands of her film profession, but also the continual scrutiny and conjecture about her personal qualities. The struggles she faced behind the scenes contradicted the public's view of her as a carefree, charming child star.
God bless Grandfather and Swanley and Verily, and please make me a good little girl. Amen.
Disturbing life. Shirley Temple's career in show business began at the age of 3, when innocence is expected to bloom. Unbeknownst to her, the industry was rapidly robbing her of her youth. She launched her career at the age of 29 with her first film, Baby Burlesques. When viewed through a modern lens, the content, ostensibly a compilation of comedy movies, reveals a terrible story devoid of humor. War Babies, a particularly unsettling episode of Baby Burlesques, included Temple in an unsuitable role. To catch the attention of army officers, she did a provocative dance, exchanged kisses for lollipops, and referred to herself as expensive. But the film's uneasiness did not end there.
Don't ever go outside the army gates. Keep out of the sun.
Because there were no restrictions behind the scenes, directors were free to use whatever measures they wanted to control their smaller performers. According to historian John Casson, Charles Lamont, the director of Baby Burlesques, employed scary methods to discipline his young actors, including Shirley Temple. While the films aimed to be funny, the reality behind the scenes was grim. Misbehaving children were imprisoned in a soundproof black box, an eerie contraption housing a block of ice as part of Lamont's punitive policies. Shirley Temple was subjected to the same horrible and claustrophobic punishment, emphasizing the terrifying surroundings beneath the humorous facade. Shirley Temple found herself powerless in the face of such horrible conditions at the whim of director Charles Lamont. Outsiders rejected her claims, accusing her of lying as Lamont wielded unchecked influence, shaping the stories of the young players as he saw fit.
You know, Dolan, and are we good?
Temple recalled Lamont's stern statement, "This isn't playtime, kids, it's work," which served as a sobering reminder of the harsh reality lurking behind the surface of entertainment. Lamont's demands were ridiculous, demanding Temple to dance despite an injured foot and ear surgery the day before. Though Temple may have missed the gravity of baby burlesques at the time, she later commented on the series in her autobiography, Child Star, calling it a cynical exploitation of our childish innocence. This open revelation exposed the dark underbelly of the entertainment industry's treatment of child stars, revealing a stark contrast between the public image and the terrible realities that the young performers face.
Wee Willie Winky. Was he a friend of yours?
Diplomatic challenges. Shirley Temple, the beloved child star, did not confine herself to the glitz of Hollywood. She also got active in politics, joining the California Republican Party. Consider this. It's 1967, and a special election is taking place in California's 11th congressional district. Why? Because Arthur Younger, the 8-term Republican incumbent, died from leukemia. So Shirley decides to take a gamble and run as a conservative Republican in the open primary. Politics can be a wild ride these days. So how about Shirley? She garnered 4,000 votes, or about 3%, in her independent write-in candidacy. While Shirley Temple did not win a congressional seat, she did leave her mark on the political scene. Shirley's influence was not restricted to politics. She got interested in public affairs through the Commonwealth Club of California, a forum in San Francisco. Shirley did more than just attend meetings. She spoke at many of them throughout the years, even serving as president in 1984. And now, for a stunning twist, Shirley has entered the field of diplomacy. She was appointed as the United States ambassador to Czechoslovakia by President George Bush on August 23, 1989, and served until July 12, 1992. She made history by being the first and only woman in this role. Her tenure in Czechoslovakia included significant watershed moments. She was in Prague when the Soviets invaded in 1968. On the day the tanks arrived, she was in Prague to meet with Czechoslovakian party leader Alexander Dubek. She sought refuge on the roof of a hotel after being stuck and witnessed a horrific event: an unarmed woman on the street being gunned down by Soviet troops. This horrific sight would haunt her for the rest of her life. Shirley later witnessed the end of communism in Czechoslovakia while serving as an ambassador during the Velvet Revolution. She actively supported anti-communist dissidents and played a key role in formalizing diplomatic relations between the United States and the newly elected government of Václav Havel. She even accompanied Havel on his first official visit to Washington, flying on the same plane with him. Married the wrong man. Shirley Temple met John Agar, her future husband, in 1943. They married 2 years later and had a daughter named Linda Susan. It appeared to be the ideal family, especially after Agar began acting and appeared in films alongside Temple, such as Fort Apache and Adventure in Baltimore. Behind the scenes, however, this seemingly idyllic marriage proved to be a real-life tragedy. Shirley Temple's autobiography paints a sad image of her relationship with John Agar. Despite the initial "I do," their relationship deteriorated rapidly. Agar, it turned out, was a lousy spouse. With a serious drinking problem, he not only physically assaulted Temple, but also was repeatedly unfaithful. This was hardly the fairy tale happily ever after that anyone had hoped for. Temple and Agar's twisted romance lasted 5 years. Temple reached her breaking point in 1949 when she bravely filed for divorce from Agar, citing mental cruelty. By getting custody of her daughter, the nightmare seemed to be coming to an end. Her past, however, returned to haunt her in an unexpected way decades later. Following Shirley Temple's death in 2014, a frightening 500-page FBI file on her surfaced. The contents included a shocking surprise. Richard Nixon's appointment of Temple as a UN ambassador in 1969 signaled a significant shift in her political career. Her ex-husband, John Agar, on the other hand, harbored deep animosity and sought petty vengeance. When the FBI began looking into Temple for the position of ambassador, Agar's allegations were nothing short of horrible. He refused to speak on her behalf, describing her as emotionally unstable. He also stated that she would overreact if things did not go her way. Despite Agar's efforts to sabotage his ex-wife's new position, they were eventually futile. True love. Shirley Temple, at the age of 22, was at a crossroads in her film career. She had evolved from an adored child star to a young adult, juggling the challenges of fame and personal life. Despite her success on the big screen, Temple was confronted with the frightening reality of a waning career and the burden of a recent divorce. Temple took the difficult decision to withdraw from acting because she was tired of being in the spotlight and wanted a change. It was a bittersweet moment, signaling the end of an era while also opening the door to new opportunities. She had no idea that fate had other plans for her. In the midst of her career transformation, Temple met Charles Black, a man who would forever change her life. Their encounter turned into a whirlwind romance, resulting in an unexpected connection. Despite their brief romance of only 12 days, Temple and Black were drawn to each other in a way that seemed inevitable. Temple and Black took a leap of faith and decided to go on a journey together, exchanging vows and forming a lifelong partnership. What started out as a spontaneous decision quickly blossomed into a long-lasting partnership. Over the following 55 years, Temple and Black would negotiate life's highs and lows together, their friendship becoming deeper with each new day. Together, they withstood the storms of fame and money, seeking comfort and companionship in each other's embraces. Despite the ups and downs of marriage, parenting, and beyond, Temple and Black stayed firm in their devotion to one another, their love lasting even in the face of tragedy. Unfortunately, their voyage together would come to an end with Black's death. Relationship with children. Shirley, before her sad demise a decade ago, was a force of nature, adorned with numerous titles that spoke eloquently of her achievements. Susan, her daughter, remembers her mother as more than just a mother, but as a multifaceted individual. The memories return, especially of the shared moments of laughter and joy when decorating the dining room. Susan portrays Shirley not only as a famous figure but also as the heart and soul of their household. She passed away 10 years ago, and now her children have confirmed the rumors. Being a wife and mother is her proudest achievement, Susan adds. The mother-daughter duo was more than simply family. They were inseparable on shopping trips and travel adventures. Shirley, as Susan puts it, was not just a parent, but also one of her closest confidants and friends, instilling love, loyalty, and generosity into their lives. Shirley's only son, Charles Jr., joins in, expressing the thoughts of a lovely mother who went beyond her public persona. He recalls family dinners, a simple yet meaningful ritual that encapsulated the essence of their relationship. The only time I noticed her star quality was when someone else would ask for her autograph, Charles Jr. continues, emphasizing that she was not a celebrity to him, but simply a wonderful mother. Shirley's star quality appears to shine brightest in her family's intimate circle. Looking back on Shirley's life, it is evident that she was not only a political trailblazer, but also a source of love and normalcy at home. Charles Jr. highlights her normalcy by adding, "She was wonderful and normal." Shirley stood out as a mother who stressed family dinners and treasured moments over glitz and glam in a world where notable figures are frequently distant. Her relationship with her father. Consider this. Shirley Temple, the famed child actress, finally goes into her bank accounts, expecting to find millions, but only finds $44,000. What may have created such a shocking revelation? Her own father, it turns out, had played a sinister game. He allegedly failed to deposit her hard-earned money in a trust fund as required. It was a betrayal on the greatest level, a situation that would anger anyone. The catch is that Shirley Temple's response was nothing short of extraordinary. Shirley chose a less traveled route in the face of her father's cruel behavior. She responded with love and forgiveness, not disappointment or vengeance. Yes, you read it right. Shirley Temple remained extremely calm despite being wronged in a way that would make most people turn scarlet. She once stated, "For reasons some may find inexplicable, I felt neither disappointment nor anger." This revelation throws new light on Shirley Temple's unwavering determination and character strength. Instead of succumbing to resentment, she chose a better path and displayed truly incredible grace. It tells a lot about her ability to confront hardship without hostility. Shirley Temple's life was not all rainbows and sunshine, particularly when it came to her wealth and the faith she had in her father. Nonetheless, her reaction to the betrayal reveals her indomitable spirit. Perhaps her inner strength carried her through the challenging years ahead. Shirley Temple emerged from deception and disappointment, not as a victim, but as a survivor. Awards. Shirley Temple had a significant effect on Hollywood on March 14, 1935. She left her footprints and handprints in the wet cement of Grauman's Chinese theater. It's like a time capsule, capturing a point in Hollywood history when her stardom was well established. Not only that, but she led the New Year's Day Rose Parade 3 times in 1939, 1988, and 1989. Imagine the crowd clapping as she waved from the parade float, spreading joy to everyone. On February 8, 1960, she was awarded her own star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Shirley Temple has earned her place among the stars in a world where tales last forever. The compliments kept coming. In 1970, the American Academy of Achievement rewarded her with the Golden Plate Award. That is a big deal, an accolade for someone who has accomplished a lot in their field. Shirley was also honored by the Freedom's Foundation in Pennsylvania in February 1980 for her accomplishments. It's like getting a big pat on the back for being an excellent citizen. Her influence, however, stretched much beyond Hollywood and the United States. Shirley Temple was named Honorary Deputy Paramount Chief of the Ogwaya people in Ghana in 1975. That is a great honor, recognizing her as a leader in a community half a world away. Here's a lovely twist. Shirley Temple has a mocktail named after her. It's a lovely combo, but she found it a little too syrupy for her liking. She even went to court to defend her name in 1988, when a bottled soda version tried to capitalize on her fame. It's the same as saying, "Hey, that's my name, and I want it to stand for something good." And guess what occurred on June 9, 2021? Shirley Temple was recognized with a special Google Doodle. It was the first anniversary of Love Shirley Temple, a one-of-a-kind exhibit at the Santa Monica History Museum. Sad demise. Shirley Temple was 44 years old when she was diagnosed with breast cancer. People used to speak about cancer in whispers to keep it a secret. Shirley, on the other hand, did something unprecedented. She publicly discussed it. This was significant because it raised awareness about breast cancer and attempted to eliminate the stigma connected with the disease. Shirley Temple, at the age of 85, died on February 10, 2014, at her home in Woodside, California. Chronic obstructive pulmonary disease was listed as the cause of death on her certificate. Here's an interesting fact. Shirley had been a smoker her entire life, but she decided not to smoke in public. Why? She did not want to set a bad example for her followers. Shirley Temple was laid to rest in Alta Mesa Memorial Park when it was time to say her final farewell. Her journey, from openly announcing her breast cancer battle to tackling the challenges, has had an indelible impact on how we tackle health concerns. She not only danced her way into our hearts on screen, but she also bravely confronted real-life issues, leaving a legacy that goes well beyond the sparkle of Hollywood. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more.